In an industry stuffed with marketing bullshit, empty promises, and shiny-suited liars, one woman's had enough. She knows what it's like to have the wrong clients, no money, and no time for fun. But she also knows how to fix it. And on the Business for Superheroes show, she promises to tell the down and dirty truth about business, sales, and running away with the circus. Here's your host, Vicky Fraser.
Hello, and welcome to the Business for Superheroes show. I'm Vicky Fraser, and this is Joe.
Hello.
What?
You sounded very, I don't know, middle class there. Well done.
I was...
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome.
I was trying to be less over the top, because you say that I'm always...
Oh, no. Go over the top. It's better.
Man. Okay, so,
Hello.
Hello. How's your Christmas been, dear listeners? Are you rolling around like a Christmas pudding because you're completely full of Christmas pudding? Or, in my case, cheese?
We have eaten a lot of cheese. There has been much cheese. It's been nice. I enjoyed it.
I actually feel a bit sick because I think we've had too much chocolate.
We could really do with just having some actual food rather than pickles and cheese and ham and things.
Yeah. So we don't feed the ulcer. However, we have got also all of the gin because we went to this amazing shop, didn't we?
In Ludlow.
In Ludlow.
Excellent.
And it's got a cellar, a vaulted cellar downstairs, and in that vaulted cellar are hundreds of gins.
I think that might be a slight exaggeration, but there was much gin.
That's gin.
And quite a lot of scotch.
So we have gin today, so cheers, Joe.
Cheers. What are we drinking?
We are drinking Black Rose gin, distilled in Scotland.
Black Rose?
No. Rock Rose.
Rock Rose.
Hang on, let me just open the...
Rock Rose.
Rock Rose gin from Dunnet Bay Distillers.
Excellent.
In Scotland. And it's proper smooth because, we're drinking it neat, aren't we?
Drinking it neat. So that's smooth.
With rosemary in it. Is it nice? Can you taste the rosemary? He's also making that noise because that's just come out of our kitchen, which is so cold that our washing up liquid is frozen. You'll have to talk while I have a swig of gin.
Okay. Yes. Our kitchen is in the shonky DIY extensions attached to the back of our house, which is pretty much unheated and uninsulated and rubbish. The whole back of the house is freezing.
It really is cold.
We're going to have to buy some more wood soon to burn.
Yeah. Crikey. So anyway, we need to insulate our house. Anyway, right.
What are we doing?
We are this week. I mean, it's New Year's Eve right now. When you're listening, well, it's not now because, it's...
Okay, you just frightened me there.
No, you haven't lost like 5 days. It's New Year's Eve when people are listening to this podcast.
Okay.
It might be the Friday night, but it's probably Saturday. So, it's all about what you can do in 2017 to grow your business because it's basically going to be 2017 tomorrow, people.
Okay.
Which is fairly horrifying. So, I wanted to give the lovely listeners 5 things that they can do right now to grow their business.
Okay.
This might end up being 6 things because I didn't really count when I bashed them out. When I bashed the notes out. But anyway, some things.
Some things
you can do.
Some things you can do.
And this is going to be kind of like a overview because all of the people who have got a copy of my book and who are in my free Business for Superheroes club that get my Gazette every month, no, they will be getting a free gift from me in the middle of January. It'll be a CD and it'll be all of the details about things you can do right now to grow your business. It'll be a bunch of stuff to kickstart 2017 off for them.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And it's basically the better part of an hour of,
slightly more prepared rambling than this.
It's not rambling at all. It's actually a version of what my Inner Circle guys got for their teleclass.
Okay.
So it's like worth shitloads of money.
Actually worth stuff.
Well, if they put it into practice, it could be worth a complete fuck ton of money. But, most people who are listening probably won't.
Probably won't. They probably just think we're nice and enjoy listening to us, which is fine.
No, it's not. I want them to get off their ass and do stuff.
They should do stuff.
Really. But we're going to talk about that next week.
Okay.
Because next week is all about stopping saying you're going to do stuff and actually doing stuff. So, anyway, thing number one that people can do right now is to abandon the scarcity mindset. if in fact they're in the scarcity mindset.
So tell me about the scarcity mindset.
Okay, so scarcity mindset is stuff like when you'll hear people, and we all know people like this, when you hear people saying stuff like, oh, I just can't seem to win. I can't seem to get stuff done. I can't seem to get ahead. Or they might say something like, I guess I'm just destined to be poor. Or they might say stuff like, I wish I could afford that.
Right.
Or, this is good enough. I don't really want this posh house or this posh vacation or, whatever. So that's the kind of, basically scarcity mindset is the belief that there will never be enough of whatever it is. So that, never enough money or food or companionship or
customers,
never enough customers that's a really good one, because you'll find among a lot of business owners, and I found this when I've kind of ventured into networking groups. I find this is quite a prevalent mindset, that there's never enough customers, and that somehow you have to fight your competitors for customers, which is just utter nonsense.
Okay.
Because there's more than enough business to go around to everybody. More than enough. And I found that when you collaborate with people, even your so-called competitors, you get on better. Not as in you get on better as in you don't fight with each other, but you do better. You
make progress.
Yeah.
Find more customers.
Because I can't...
Things go well.
Yeah, because I refer an awful lot of copywriting clients to people who are technically, I suppose, my competitors, because I can't possibly write for everybody myself, and I wouldn't want to.
No.
So, just the other day, I made a start on a project for a new client, decided that they totally weren't my cup of tea because it was woo bollocks bullshit, and passed it on to somebody who's slightly more tolerant than I am. So that was the better part of £1,000 that I passed up.
Passed on to someone else.
Yeah. So yeah, scarcity mindset is.
So what's damaging about a scarcity mindset, and why do we not do that?
Well, because when you've got the scarcity mindset, everything that you do and everything that you think comes from a place of lack and a place of kind of panic and scrabbling around. And so instead of believing that you've got enough and there's plenty to go round and that there will be enough and, that there's and that things can get better if you make them better, what you tend to do is cling to everything that you have right now out of fear of not having enough.
Okay.
So you end up grasping at stuff.
So you sell yourself cheap, and you stop
Exactly.
investing in your business, and you stop kind of spending your turnover.
Exactly. And it can be something as small as not leaving a tip or under tipping in a restaurant because you want to make your bill as small as possible. To I can't afford to give that homeless person £1 even though you've got £1 rattling around in your pocket. All the way up to, like you just said, not investing in your business because you're afraid to lose money. Or not investing in your marketing because you're afraid to lose money. When you have a scarcity mindset, all of your decision making is based on kind of the nonsense idea that there isn't anything else coming or that you can't make any more money, which is just complete bullshit. Because you can always make more money.
Okay.
The one thing you can't make more of is time. So it always baffles me when people value their money more than they value their time. And that's kind of easy for me to say, I guess, because I have enough money. And when you don't have any money at all, I'm not saying that money isn't important.
Do you actually have enough money, or are you just choosing to be in a non-scarcity mindset?
Well, we're paying all the bills.
Yeah.
But I kind of don't want to dismiss people's genuine money worries, because I know that there are people out there who are genuinely worried about money.
Yeah, we're not suggesting you kind of just fake your accounts and go wild.
No, absolutely not. But I've been in a position of, we haven't. We've been in a position of when I first started my business. We were genuinely struggling. We loaded up the credit card and we were paying bills out of the credit card basically, because that's the way it is. And if I had just seen things from a scarcity point of view, I would not be where I am now, because I would have been. Yeah, we would still be there, because I would have carried on scrabbling around for whatever clients I could get and lowering my prices when they demanded it, and it just would have
doing deals and discounts and being grateful for somebody throwing you some crumbs.
Yeah, the point about scarcity mindset is that it's a hamster wheel of misery. I think. So whilst, money is not the most important thing in the world unless you haven't got any money at all and you literally can't feed yourself, at which point it becomes the most important thing in the world. But that's not, I've met people who have had less than nothing and they still don't have that scarcity mindset because they have this belief that, you can always make money. You can. It's just sometimes you need a hand up.
Okay.
And one of the other ways that the scarcity mindset manifests itself, I've found, is in socialism.
Oh, hello.
Well, no, it's true though. 'Cause have you ever noticed that the people that you hear talking about redistribution of wealth are, and this is not always true, this is like a generalisation, I'm not saying this is not always
Brace
true.
yourselves, listeners.
No, but like I don't feel like I should add a caveat actually, because I think that the NHS is a wonderful thing, and I think that our welfare system is a wonderful safety net, and that it's very, very important, and I think it's a fantastic thing for our country to have. But I've noticed that quite a lot of the people who talk about redistribution of wealth and socialism being a wonderful thing, and Jeremy Corbyn, isn't he a wonderful, person who's certainly not going to drive us into national poverty. But they talk about this redistribution of wealth, but they tend to be quite bitter about the fact that they're not as successful as they would like to be, whatever they measure that success by. And also, this redistribution of wealth idea is a great idea as long as it's somebody else's fucking wealth.
Okay.
Have you not noticed that though?
Well, I'm trying to, stay likable to the listeners.
Are you? Why?
No, yeah. Well, that's the problem with socialism, isn't it? Sooner or later, you run out of other people's money.
Well, exactly.
Who was it who said that?
I think it might have been Maggie. I think you just quoted Maggie Thatcher.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I just also want to point out that we're completely not Thatcherite Tories.
No.
I'm like the most liberal capitalist you'll probably ever meet. But I genuinely don't think that socialism is a good idea. It's been proven to not work, and it's been proven to not work very badly in any number of situations. And I'm absolutely not against a hand up, and there's a difference between a hand up and a hand out.
Yeah.
And I think people with the scarcity mindset are all about handouts, and people without the scarcity mindset are all about a hand up. Because that's what I think that our NHS and our social welfare system should be all about. It should be about giving people a hand up, a hand out of a hole, and giving them the means to sort themselves out. With education, with, all of that kind of thing. Food banks, that sort of stuff.
I don't think many people would argue with that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Apart from the socialists.
Well, they can knob off, frankly. Because the socialists, you see, I'll get letters from socialists now who are going to try and paint me as this evil capitalist bitch. And the thing about that type of person who will immediately jump on people like me is that they don't know what we're doing behind the scenes.
No.
From a social welfare point of view, because we don't shout about it. And I'm certainly not going to fucking do so now. So yeah, that was my little, I don't know, really.
Okay, scarcity mindset. Bad idea, folks.
Bad idea, yeah. Ditch your if you're kind of thinking that's...
The customers are out there.
The customers are out there.
There is plenty of work.
There is always more money to be made if you're willing to go out there and make it. And that goes even for people who have less than nothing, because I've seen them do it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, get rid of the scarcity mindset, because also it puts all of the power and decision making in somebody else's hands as well. If you're of the belief that there isn't enough to go around, and that you don't have enough, and that you're never going to have enough, and that it's always going to be this way, you're on this hamster wheel of misery, and all of your power is outside of you.
All of your agency is left.
Yeah, with somebody else, and that's a really shit way to be. You want to take control of your own destiny, really. I don't believe in destiny, but you know what I mean. Take control of your own future. So yeah. Okay, so get rid of that. And when you've got rid of that, you can position yourself properly, because you can stop selling to anybody who comes along and has a credit card that works.
Okay.
Because the one thing you really don't want to be doing is answering the who's your ideal customer question with anybody with a credit card. Price buyers are a pain in the arse, aren't they? Yeah. And, also...
Don't be bottom of the market.
Donald Trump has a credit card. Do you really want to be selling to, the next Hitler? Have I just lost the po? What?
Nothing. You should probably have more gin.
Joe's repeatedly face-palming here.
So we just killed off half of the UK audience and half of the US audience.
It's okay.
Cool. Okay.
I'm not appealing to everybody, and nor should you be, listener.
Right.
So, yeah.
So we're down to what? We're back down to Weggard again, aren't we? Hi, Weggard.
No, Vegard's like rabidly anti-socialist.
No, that's it. That's the only one who's left now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably. That's cool though. So yeah, positioning. Once you've kind of, once you've pulled yourself up out of the hamster wheel of scarcity misery, you can decide who you want to sell to, basically, which is really, really important because, do you want to be selling to just anybody who's got some cash? That's insane. Because a lot of them are going to be horrible customers for you. So I would like you to do your avatar exercise.
Okay.
Right now, not you. Well,
No.
you should as well, actually, because your company could definitely do with some of that. But yeah, do your avatar exercise, because even if you've done it before, this is not a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process. You change.
So for the listener who doesn't know what the avatar exercise is.
Tell them.
Okay. So the avatar exercise is where you systematically work out who your customer is, who your ideal customer is, who you want to be doing business with, and you want to know everything about them. You want to know who they are, how educated they are, where they work, how much money they earn. You want to know what they believe in, what they think, how they feel. It might be how many children they have and where they shop and the sort of things they do for a living and everything. You want to know absolutely everything you can about them, and you decide. And the purpose of doing that is it allows you to point your marketing specifically at their wants and needs and pains and frustrations.
Yeah, and that's the most important bit, because I was just about to jump in and be like, yeah, all that demographic stuff is really important, but it's the psychographics that's gonna really make.
So you need to know what frightens your ideal customer, what turns them on, what gets them out of bed in the morning, what motivates them to do stuff,
what they find funny, what they're interested in.
Yeah, and
their
then
politics.
And then you can crack in and the things that you are marketing, you can market specifically to these people.
Yeah. Instead
of everybody with some money.
Yeah.
Which is rubbish.
Yeah. So you're like nanocasting rather than broadcasting.
Mm. And if nothing else, I mean, it helps you use social tools very effectively, doesn't it? Because you can then say, well, I don't want whatever it is you don't want. You can target at the people you do want.
Yeah. And, Joe was kind of face-palming a few minutes ago, but that's part of the reason that I throw these little political commentaries into this stuff, because that's part of me targeting the people that I want to work with.
We've got rid of the woo people. So far this podcast, we've offended the wooists.
Well, the thing is that I'm not setting out to offend anybody. If somebody chooses to be offended by what I've said, that's entirely them.
That's true. Okay, so the wooists are not your customer.
No, they're not.
Hand-wringing socialists aren't yours either.
But people who care are. I am interested in people who care, people who are interested in helping people out and giving people a hand and, paying forward and sending the elevator back down, however you want to talk about it. That's what we're saying is push away the people that you don't want to do business with and pull towards you the people who you do.
Okay. So that's an avatar exercise. There's going to be some worksheet somewhere that you can get your hands on if need be.
Ooh, I'm sure there is somewhere.
So, marketing avatar exercise.
So, and it's not a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process.
Yeah, because your customers will change, your thoughts will change.
And if you're offering a new product or service, you need to do it again, because it's not going to be exactly the same thing for exactly the same people or for the same reasons. Because the other thing is, an avatar exercise will also help you identify which aspects of a person you want to target depending on what it is that you're offering them.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be the same person, but you're going to want to appeal to different sides of that person.
Sure. If you're targeting cars to
me,
family owners, family owners. Do you own a family?
No.
Child owners. Then
you don't own a child either.
Well, breeders. Let's call them breeders.
No.
Then your marketing will be pointed at that person.
Jesus.
Differently. It's the gin. It's great. Your marketing will be written and targeted differently than if you are targeting to the exact same person, but you were selling something else.
Yeah. And also remember, this is really important as well for your positioning. People will treat you how you allow them to treat you. You know, a lot of people will kind of put up with an awful lot of shit from really awful clients. And my answer to that is, why do you do that? Because, you know, the second you let somebody get away with being rude or unpleasant or delaying payment or asking for a discount, they will keep on doing it, because once they've done it once, they know that you're
this is now acceptable.
That's acceptable to you. Yeah. And that kind of, you might think that sounds really harsh, and this is not the same as victim blaming, by the way. This is a completely different thing. But if you accept that kind of behaviour from people, that is what you will get from them. So just bear that in mind when you're thinking about your positioning. Pricing, that leads neatly on to pricing. Yep. I would like you to choose whether or not you're going to be Harrods or Primark, or somewhere in the middle, like John Lewis. Because I would like you to consider this question. Do you really think that stuff from Harrods is objectively better than stuff from John Lewis? Is a Rolex objectively better than a very well-made but nameless watch?
Only in its resale value, probably.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, objectively better.
Objectively better? No, probably not. No.
Is the watch itself better? Probably not.
I don't know neither. I don't know.
But if you're buying bed linen from Harrods, it would cost like hundreds of pounds. If you're buying bed linen from John Lewis, it might cost 150 quid. It's not objective. It's the same thread count and all the rest of it. It's not objectively any better. It's just that the one from Harrods is from Harrods, and that's why it costs more. People do not buy stuff from Harrods on price, I can promise you that.
No, that's true.
They buy it because it's from Harrods. So it's not necessarily better. It probably isn't better at all. However, it all is better than Primark.
Yes.
Because Primark stuff is complete shit. It is. Everything that I've ever bought from Primark, which is not very many things because it's a horrifying place, I got elbowed in the head in Primark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is... Anyway, the thing that I bought, I washed it and then it fell to bits. Like, literally, one wash fell to bits.
Okay.
So, there you go. So, yeah. Buy Primark customers. No, the thing is, though, you can choose. You can choose whether you want to be Harrods or John Lewis or Primark or whatever, because nobody's going to give you permission to charge more. That's up to you.
Yep.
So, follow up with people is idea number 4 that you can do right now to make more money. Because, again, marketing is a process, not an event. Something like 68% of business is lost due to apathy, because people don't follow up with their current customers. And, you know, this is another thing, is this focus on getting new customers all the time. BT are terrible for this. All of the money that you're going to make is, you know, the vast majority of it is in your current customers, people who have already not only stuck their hand up and said, I like you, but have stuck their hands in their pockets and said, I like you enough to give you money. And so if you're not following up with these people, then you're daft, frankly. So follow up with people. You can do that at, you know, very low cost. You pick up the phone, ring them.
Yeah.
And finally, invest in yourself and your business.
Invest in yourself and your business.
Yeah, because money, you know, marketing doesn't have to cost very much money or anything at all. And in fact, that is what January's Inner Circle newsletter is all about, is how to do marketing when you've got big ideas and a tiny budget.
When does that go to print?
It goes to print on the 1st of January, so that's tomorrow. But if people join, I will, I'll send them.
You'll give them January.
Yeah, I'll give them January. As a gift, because it's New Year. So, yeah, that'll be all about how to do amazing marketing without spending very much, which will certainly be worth the investment of joining the Inner Circle.
But whether or not you join the Inner Circle, you should invest in your own personal and professional development.
Yeah,
you should learn, you should read books, you should go on training courses, you should spend time thinking about what you want your business to be and what direction it should go in, what your strategy is, how you're going to achieve it. So spend time on yourself and your business.
Yeah, and make the effort to surround yourself with people who are a few steps ahead of you, who are doing what you would like to be doing. And, you know, do your due diligence as well, because much as I would I would love you to join my Inner Circle and, you know, buy my products and training courses and all the rest of it. But what I would rather you do is do something to better yourself and improve yourself. And don't just assume that the person that is talking to you has all the answers. I don't have all the answers.
No, you have some.
I have some of the answers, and I know what's worked for me, and I know what's working for my private clients and for the people in my Inner Circle. But I certainly don't claim that that's the only answer, the only right answer.
For sure, other models that would work.
Yeah, and check as well, you know, all of these people that kind of pose with their brand new flashy cars, check that they're not actually living in their mum's basement.
Yeah.
because this is. I mean, you can take me as an example. We've just bought our dream cottage in the country, something that we've wanted to do, something I've wanted to do since I was a little girl, and something that we wanted to do since we met. And so that is kind of objective proof that I'm not just bullshitting you here. I kind of, I know how this stuff works.
Yeah.
I'm not claiming by any means, by any stretch of the imagination, to be rich in kind of bank account terms.
But we are moving in the right direction. We are getting the things done that we need to do.
Yeah, and I'm rich in other ways. So, yeah. Invest in yourself. Make the effort to learn more about what it is that you do, the thing that you do, and also, how to run a business sensibly.
Just learning how to run a business.
Yeah. So we've just given you 5 things you can start doing right now to grow your business in 2017, and they don't have to cost you much at all, if anything.
Bit of time, bit of thinking.
Yep. And investment means you're going to get back more than you put in. And if you put in,
if you invest wisely,
yeah.
I mean, if you buy a big bag of magic beans off somebody, then that's not going to work.
Don't buy magic beans. They're never magic, and they give you wind. So, no magic beans.
No magic beans. Invest wisely.
And remember, if you have my book and you're on the Business for Superheroes Gazette list, you will get this 5 things you can start doing right now to grow your business in 2017 CD with the better part of an hour's worth of, stuff that could make you a shitload of money if you do it. You will get that for free. If you're not on that list, I suggest you get on that list by getting a copy of my book. You can go to businessforsuperheroes.com. Or if you have a Kindle version of my book, drop me an email with proof of purchase and I will add you to the club. And you'll get a free newsletter every month with useful shizzle in it.
Useful shit.
And I guess, next week we'll be talking about how you can stop making promises and just get on with it. Okay.
So habit forming stuff.
Habits.
How to manage and develop your habits.
Yeah. Which is absolutely fascinating. So get yourself a copy of my book. If you haven't already, get yourself on that list and I will send you a free gift, which could be worth tons of money to you if you actually do stuff.
Yeah. None of this works if you don't actually do it.
Yeah. And all that's left to say is Happy New Year.
Yeah. Have a really lovely New Year.
Yeah.
And I hope 2017 is better than 2016.
Yeah, make it better.
Make it better. Force it to be better. Wrangle it until it is.
Yeah, make it your best year yet.
Cool.
Bye. Like what you've just heard? Tell your colleagues, tell your friends, send them to www.businessforsuperheroes.com/podcast.